I'm Coach Ant.
I'm Coach T, and we're fans that know some.
And today we got our AFC North Fans Collide segment here. So again, football season, we're super excited. But I have to say, I have to bring in a diehard Browns fan. It's my guy, former player, former coach, Ken. Come on, man, join the show. I know people are going to look at it like, man, they have two people. It might seem a little confusing, just like our quarterback situation, but hey, let's deal with it. You know what I mean? Let's get it cracking.
That quarterback farm over there that y'all running.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So we'll start it how we always do. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. We'll get you. All right, let's roll.
Yes, sir.
Let's go. Open up about these Browns, man. Is it that they just run a patch-up farm with your organization, or is Flacco the guy, considering that there's nothing but rookies left after him? So how do you feel about how they've handled the quarterback situation?
Personally, I feel it was mismanaged, to be honest with you. I just feel it was mismanaged. I think sometimes you can honestly, I think what we saw was a difference between coaching staff and organization. Yeah. That's what I think. Yeah. I think Stefanski had his plan. Whether it's a GM, owner had their plan. Of course, they worked together. You know what I mean? And there was a compromise along the line somewhere like, okay, we're going to take both these guys on. But from training camp to preseason, it seemed like Stefanski had his plan of what he wanted to do. And he kind of, he brought Shador in based off of how he wanted to bring him in, but he already had his mind set up on how he wanted to proceed with what he valued. He valued what Gabriel brought to the table. You know what I mean? Yeah. And that's what I just feel like when I say mismanaged, because if you are going to draft two rookie quarterbacks, and you want to see what they do, you compare apples to apples. Yeah. You put them in the same situations. They were not put in the same situations.
It was definitely imbalanced. I agree.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So to me, for example, let's go to the last preseason game. Yeah. You already said Flacco is starting. Him having a good series or a bad series wasn't going to change that.
Right. Yeah.
Give him at least one series, and then boom, throw your rookie in with the starters. Because they're one play away from playing with him anyway. Throw your rookies in with the starters for, a drive. Mm-hmm. Though you got Gabriel, give him the same shot with the same line, same weapons. Yeah. Give Shador the same shot with the same weapons, and then let them play the game out like that. If you were really getting an apples to apples comparison, that's not what happened.
Absolutely not.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So it just, to me, we saw the political aspect of the game play out. And those guys are smart enough to do that. I'll let Ken, you can add to, if you got any take on that one.
Well, I think that I agree. I agree with all of it. Shador didn't get a fair shot. And that last one, I was okay. It's one of them things, once again, we can't control what they do. I do think it was room divided. Stefanski was a Gabriel fan. They kind of made that known in the draft. Yeah. I don't think Shador was his choice. You kind of seen that on their faces when they called his name to be picked. Yeah. So it was immediately divide. Right. Yeah. But what makes me the most upset about it is he's on your team now, and if you're going to feel that way and shut him down like that, then you might as well just trade him and give him a chance somewhere else. You could have traded him to the Raiders, where he's going to be almost guaranteed. Pickett is going to be a guaranteed backup with that trade. That was the plan, because their backup got hurt. He's out for the season, I believe.
Okay, so is Shador guaranteed to prosper anywhere else, though? Because 32 teams passed on him, so I don't think we can necessarily say he was guaranteed to prosper anywhere else.
No, but the way they're doing him now, he might have had a better shot. Okay. But I do agree with put him with the starters. Put both of them with the starters. I think the fans were rough, too. If it wasn't obvious that he was with the guys who weren't going to be on the roster the day after that last preseason game, the tackle, I don't even know,
All of them got cut.
Yeah, that whole group he was with was that was the cut guys.
But I saw the same team that Gabriel drove down the field and scored was the same offense that was out there. But hey, who am I? Go ahead, get your take.
Run that back. You saw what?
I saw the same linemen, the same receivers, was the same set of guys that Gabriel took down in the 2-minute offensive score.
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. I need you to go back and look at the.
They're right. He had the scrub bunch, and Stefanski had no intention of ever starting Gabriel or Shador. Period. End of sentence. No controversy. Nothing.
Yep.
Flacco's his guy. He realizes there was a mistake made when they had Flacco before, and they never actually leaned in enough. And they know they're going to get a solid veteran presence. There's periods at all these sentences. There's no buts. So he wants Flacco. Zappe got brought in because he needs a backup for Flacco if something happens. Long term, if something does happen.
So you
he
think
wants
they'll
experience.
pull him up from the?
He wants experience.
Okay.
But my thing is this with Flacco. Are we forgetting that he just played with the Colts?
I didn't.
Are we forgetting that last year? You know what I mean? So how all of a sudden is he now some resurgence? I think it's okay to say, okay, you are mismanaging this situation, because I don't care what you say. You can't sit there and you take 2 rookies. You take a 3rd-round pick. If you don't value that position, then you wasted a 3rd-round pick.
Yep.
Pick something that you
No,
need.
I agree.
I don't disagree with that at
I
all.
agree with that.
The Browns wasted a lot of picks in some bad directions. If you're not going to play them, you probably shouldn't have pulled in a quarterback. If your intent is Flacco, then what the hell are you doing messing around?
Got you.
But Brown's going to Brown.
We'll let you chime in.
I agree with what everyone's saying. My thing is, if you're going to draft 2 rookies, I would be starting one of them. That's just how I feel.
And let Flacco be
Flacco's been there.
the president.
That's what I'm saying.
Flacco had
the veteran presence to bring him along.
He had a few good games.
Yeah.
He had a few good games, and then he was Flacco.
And what Ryan's saying too, what that tells me is, okay, are we looking at Stefanski, looking at it like, okay, my job might be on the line, so I want to do the Steelers type of vibe of let me just look. I mean, just look mediocre this year and win a couple games, and I feel like this veteran can do that. When I say mediocre, like, you know,
We're better than the Browns, but okay.
Are we talking Browns mediocre? So
I'm just saying, like, if I can get a couple wins versus, okay, let me rely this year on rookies. Because Cam Ward, if you look at all the experts coming in, okay, you're telling me all of a sudden he's that much better than Shador. They had them 1 and 2.
Yep.
And the Titans, because of their direction that they're going, he's now starting and he's a captain.
Yep.
And you can't sit there and watch the film and say, oh, you know what, but he's way better than Shador. You can't, the film doesn't say that. You know what I mean?
Other than he doesn't take a lot of sacks.
Doesn't take a lot of sacks. And then we get into the politics of it, of organizationally, Cam Ward is one of those guys that you want to push out front because he has been very shiny.
Yep.
And I know it's not about that. I know it's about the play, what you put out in the field, what your numbers. But as a rookie, you kind of have to smile a lot. You play the game, and it's even as Burrow, he couldn't be nearly as edgy as a rookie as he's been able to be as he's proven out his talent. So it's like you got to make some people happy along the way in the beginning, so you get the gravitas to be able to say what you think when you want to say it and be able to, have a little pomp with yourself.
Another thing too, like you just said, they made him a captain. That tells me a lot. I'm not so sure if Shador was a starter, he would have been a captain.
I don't think that's a true statement. The guy's out in the community, putting his face out there like a captain would, that wants to come in and lead the team. He's definitely taking charge. So he probably would be. But great conversation on the Browns initially, guys. We'll move forward to my Ravens, and we'll stay on that mediocrity because
sacked. That was
for sure. We got to touch on the mediocrity, right? There's the 2 coaches in the AFC North that are pretty similar. Tomlin being my head coach and Harbaugh being your head coach, and 13-11 in the postseason and 8-11 in the postseason. But explain to me how you can have such a greatness in the regular season, but it just doesn't deliver in January. Let's talk about it.
Everyone wants the Super Bowl. They want to talk Super Bowl, not playoffs. Anyway, let's talk Super Bowl. Fine. Since Harbaugh became a head coach in the league, 75% of the Super Bowls, Manning, Mahomes, Brady for the AFC. Facts.
Harbaugh, mediocre in January, in December.
Everyone else, every other team, the NFL loses versus those three.
Yep.
Everyone loses versus those three.
Okay.
The only other times out of that 75% AFC is represented by somebody else. You got a Burrow once, you got a Flacco once, you've got twice from Ben.
Yeah.
Super Bowl, missed Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So, 13-11, he's got a winning playoff record. I don't call that mediocre.
It doesn't
Even Tomlin,
transfer into January. I'm just saying,
playoff football is different.
Okay.
You don't get the Browns. You don't get the Jets.
Shots fired.
Facts.
Yeah.
You don't get the Bengals when they're down.
Yeah.
You don't get them. You're getting the best. So it's very even. It's even beyond any given Sunday. It's inches matter. It's a drop pass in the end zone. It's toes out of bounds.
Yep.
It's those little things. It's a bad kick. And there's an element of luck to it. I don't think the Ravens probably should have been in the Super Bowl 2012.
With that offense, whew.
2012.
Okay, with that defense. Okay.
Yeah,
Defense is one, but we had some lucky plays.
Yeah,
We had some.
yeah.
We got really lucky, especially against Denver in the playoffs, and that's really what it is. I mean,
Yeah.
why didn't Buffalo make it to the Super Bowl?
I mean, I think those are
I
valid
think they should have
points.
beat them. It's just the difficulty level and it notches up, and I understand 13-11 doesn't make everybody happy, but there's a couple gentlemen who would knock me down to be able to say they were 5-11
But
in the playoffs.
the question is, okay,
Time out. On that. I mean, Zach's 5-2, so stop. All right.
Oh.
He's not 13-11. Hasn't
He's
been
a
there
world
that many
beater
times.
now.
But hey, 5-2, right?
Okay.
Got to a Super Bowl. I know everybody wants to
Just
say,
getting to them playoffs is real hard, isn't it?
huh?
Getting to the playoffs is hard.
Hey. At least when we get there, we get some wins. Unlike
Ooh-wee.
the Ravens. I mean,
Boy, it's
Lamar
getting hot in
in the postseason, man, is
Never choked. Ravens have never
listen,
choked
man.
in a Super Bowl. Just
he's never got.
we get
who
there, we
hasn't
win
got?
it.
Who hasn't choked in a Super Bowl?
the Ravens.
Ravens. Okay.
Ravens.
Wow.
When was the last time that?
but
that
I think,
happened?
but I was going to say
212,
too,
yeah.
but the question is really focused on the same, judgment that I think Tomlin gets for, just
barely
making it.
Yep.
I don't really hear that with Harbaugh. Why is that?
Harbaugh doesn't have the one and outs.
They
That's
put it on Lamar. That's the difference between the Ravens and the Steelers. Steelers, it goes to Tomlin.
It goes
Ravens, it goes to Lamar.
Okay.
Because I think their quarterback they have, besides Burrow, they have the top two big name quarterbacks in our conference.
Okay.
So they're going to get.
Makes
if
sense.
they don't make it, they're going to get. That's the face of their team. Tomlin is the face of the Steelers. So
That's a
if you
fact.
guys don't make it, Tomlin's going to hear that. Their QBs are going to hear that.
Yeah.
And when you said about them choking, as far as how come they can win the season, I think the Steelers do the same thing though too. Regardless of who gets the blame, the Steelers do the same. Tomlin has an excellent, never losing record.
That's
all
the
his
truth.
years there,
And hopefully that
but
changes.
can never get out of the playoffs.
I can't argue that. But I just wanted to
yeah.
point that out that we're pretty
Yes,
similar,
yes.
even though they have a stacked team. They're like that little league team that got Lil Day
13-11 versus
that came over.
They got a two-headed monster back there with it, and he's got a horse back there behind him too. That's
On to the Bengals.
Yep.
Ha ha. Ferrari with no brakes. Backbone, I should say a backboneless defense. Is that going to be the case again this year?
I hope not. But I will tell you this on that note. You know what worries me more than our defense?
What's that?
Our field goal kicker.
Ooh.
Cost us 3-4 games last year, missing end of game field goals that were all makeable. I mean, we weren't asking him to kick 60 yarders, you know. So that worries me more than anything.
I got you.
Honestly.
Yeah.
I think, our defense and not to make an excuse, we had a lot of injuries on the defense last year. Early in the year, lost a lot of starters for the year. It sucks, you know.
But that ain't the case this year. So my question is it going to be the same thing?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I hope not.
Okay.
Well, the big thing is, what have you done? And I'm not trying to poke bear. I'm really.
Oh, I'm trying to poke the bear.
I don't see a lot of big moves or medium moves
Well, they
on
brought-
the defensive front.
They brought in the D tackle from Green Bay, right? He was the number one PFF run stopping D tackle in the NFC last year.
Okay.
Re-signed Trey. They brought in Shamar. I really like the rookie linebacker we got from South Carolina.
Oh, yeah, he's nice.
I think he's a player.
He's nice.
So I think they did do some things. Let's just see how it pans out. You know, did they look good in the preseason? No, I don't put a lot of stock
You
into
can't.
that.
Not in the preseason
Not at
anymore.
all.
It's not like it used to be when we were younger. You know
Right,
how
right.
you were able to tell if you're going to be good. I think now they're just playing guys to see who's
Yeah,
going to get cut,
right.
who we're
Exactly.
going to cut,
In
and
the
who we
package, they're
can use
vanilla
as a
packages.
backup.
They don't
Big
Yeah.
time.
Even though I did notice a lot more blitzing.
Yeah,
They normally don't blitz a lot in preseason.
Yeah.
They blitzed a lot this preseason.
Yep.
Even the non-blitzing teams, they blitzed a lot.
We'll see. He used the DC last year as a scapegoat.
yeah,
And so he brings in Al Golden. Let's see what it does.
Yeah.
I just think they need to be a top 18 defense, and they can go deep.
yeah.
You
It's
know,
like Burrow just performed the hell out of it. His stats were great. He was a one-man band. He was trying to, not one-man band, but he was hitting receivers. He was doing really
Right.
well. He can't dip at all,
no.
which is a tough ask. That's a
Yeah.
really tough
Yeah.
ask.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying he can't. If he just has his season that he had last year, your defense just has to perform. But he can't dip, and quarterbacks do dip. They few more picks, whatever. They your season's kind of wavy as you go through it. If he has any dip whatsoever, it's going to hurt.
Yeah.
Because I just don't know if the defense has like you said, the backbone to be able to keep up.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't know.
Yeah, I think again we'll see what happens, but it's going to be interesting because you guys have like so many offensive weapons. So I think that's going to be it can actually turn into your defense in some cases.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
So, but going to you, all right. So you think about you guys' run game. Do you think it's reliable this year?
I'm glad you asked. Again, we don't put too much stock in the preseason simply because you have a lot of rotation, et cetera. But I did see a couple of good plays that gives me some hope. Steve, can you cue that for me?
Okay, what we got?
Yeah, I want you to take a look here. We got 11 personnel. For you that don't know out there, that's one back, one tight end. We're going to see a basic zone blocking scheme. Go ahead and play it. Notice how the line is getting off and across the line of scrimmage. Previous years, the last few years, we're looking at stalemates, guys getting blown off in the backfield and getting tackled and touched before they even get the ball, right? So you got a basic zone play, Steeler football. You see Caleb Johnson start front side A gap. He has a lane backside B gap. I think he's still getting a little bit used to the speed. Normally, for Caleb, that's a touchdown at Iowa. But here you see he's still getting used to it. We'll take the positive gains, and we'll take that as a positive for the run game going forward. So he's not like we had the previous years where guys can't see the lanes open up. You clearly see we have pushed by the O-line, and we clearly see the running back knows how to get the daylight. Those are things that we're missing.
So you're saying that scheme will
absolutely
make up for.
And you can go back and check Coach T's breakdown of the signing of Arthur Smith, where I talked about how the zone scheme, we would see a lot of 11, 12, 13 personnel from Arthur Smith. That's going to ensure that we have a run game. And off of that, we should be able to pass the ball.
Okay. Now, what about your defense? You got the steel curtain. I don't know if we can say that.
No, they just have one rod.
Yeah.
It's not a
so that's still a big. I mean, we obviously have problems on defense, and it's even though it's preseason. If you want to get under Coach T's skin, give up a second and long first down or a third and long first down. In this clip, you'll see basic a 4-2-5. We're playing zone defense. You got linebackers that are floating to the flats rather than sinking, keeping the man. You're supposed to sink, keep the guy in your peripheral and your guard and your eye on the quarterback. If you can do that, you stop that. You have 3 guys around the first down guy. Nobody makes a break on the ball or even close to being in position to make a stop. I'm going to challenge the scheme this year. Mm-hmm. On third and long, you invested in Ramsey. You got rid of Minka. You bringing in guys, young guys who's supposed to play man coverage. Can we see some man coverage here? And can we get some push from the defensive line, for God's sake? This guy's back here just twiddling his thumbs looking for the open guy. Who can't throw that? I can make that pass, right? You can make that pass, right? So I want to see us fix that outdated scheme of outdated scheme. We're playing zone defense constantly. And sooner or later, you're going to get burnt on second and long, third and long, and you can't get off the field that way. So that's my take.
Okay.
I think we'll have a good run game. Is the steel curtain broken? I don't think so. These are second and third string players. We saw what can happen when Derek Harmon's in the game. He does absolutely wreck up front. So we'll see if quarterbacks will have time to get these type of throws off.
To me, the biggest thing I've seen with Steelers used to be linebacker. They was the linebacker kings
Absolutely.
in the NFL.
Yeah.
I have not seen no outstanding linebacker play in Pittsburgh for a long time.
Yeah, it's been a while.
It switched all, and basically from the linebackers to your line, like I said, and it's just one rod up there. It's the curtain's been gone.
Yeah, now Peyton Wilson,
your DN.
No, the curtain's not been gone. The problem is I just call it. You go back and look at the games when we're in them. Third and long, we cannot get off the field.
Yeah. And your linebackers
we're constantly in that third 34 zone. We have a different look here, but we still play the same zone. You can't make it, dress it different and play your zone.
Your zone D is based off of your Woodson days and your Polamalu days when they could read the quarterback and they could interfere with the play.
Yep.
You don't have the D-backs. Your linebacker, like Queen, is your
he's the best, but he's not that good.
He is not a cover back.
Yep.
He was always a run stopper, and he was always a pursuit man.
Yeah.
The reason the Baltimore wasn't going to hold him as tight was because of his coverage in the passing game.
Yep.
So you absolutely must get away from your zone coverage.
Thank you.
Absolutely man and man. I don't want to see it because we're going to abuse it. But,
Right.
But
that used to have to be seen. But I would rather I can take being beat mano a mano, good throw. Your guy's better than mine. But when we have a zone defense where we're just opening that zone, we're not getting any push. I mean, you're just inviting them. Tom Brady did that to us for years. Yep. Aren't you tired of it? Are you tired of it? I am.
A lot of zone also tells you you don't have good man coverage, period, across the board.
Exactly.
You have one now with Jalen. And he is getting older, because Jalen gets burnt more than people realize.
You had one with Jalen. He's not that guy anymore.
He is not. He is not.
We will see.
That being said, though, I think that's the bad part of it, actually, is that he is your best man coverage guy, and he is not the same Jalen.
Yep.
But yet and still, because me personally, I wouldn't have traded Minka for him.
Yep. And so finally, we'll go to our passing. This is our 12 personnel. This is one back, 2 tight ends. You'll see the tight end stay in the block off the play action. Skylar Thompson makes a pretty great throw to Roman Wilson. I think with that zone scheme, if we can get the zone scheme going. We'll see a lot more play action and receivers running open across the middle of the field. Again, you can go back and check out Coach T's breakdown in the previous video. But that is what gives me hope. You know, when you see plays like this, even though it's vanilla, you expect that this is back to Steeler football.
Well, we won't definitely have to worry about, nobody have to worry about the running backs getting their knees taken out with cheap shots with me and cook on, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's all good. Yeah. But Chubb is over at the Texans now getting ready to wreak havoc, right? He's the starter over there now in the Texans.
That's yet to be seen.
Yeah.
He has more opportunity now.
So we helped him. We helped him get away from you guys.
Dirt doesn't count.
So
it's a good breakdown.
Yeah. So we'll move into predictions, right? We have the big battle of Ohio this week. What's going to get exposed? I want everybody to tell me, what is this game going to expose about both of your teams?
Go ahead, Ryan. Go ahead.
Lack of playmakers on the Cleveland side. They got none. They got a pretty decent tight end. Outside of that, that's what I would question about your draft more than anything, is drafting quarterbacks and D tackles that you don't need. You got no playmakers.
Ooh.
I see.
You don't.
I see Njoku eating Cincinnati's defense alive.
Yeah,
have you seen him and Flacco playing on the sidelines?
Yeah.
Anybody seen those clips? They're having like a best friends kind of, pinky holding kind of relationship.
And that's where I 100% agree with that. And now I do agree we don't have like big explosion playmakers on our offense like they do. But I think it's a battle of the strength of each. Okay. It's our defense versus their offense. Mm-hmm. That's the strength of each team.
Yeah, will they be able to quiet the dog down?
That being said, I think we have enough. Their defense is so much worse than our offense that we have enough on offense to put up points on them. We can run. We will be able to throw all the. And Ward can shut down Chase. He does on a regular basis.
I don't know about that.
He's proven it. He's proven it every year.
When?
Every game.
Oh, I think they didn't target. I know last year they didn't target Chase a lot in those opening games, so I don't know that that's true.
He's a Triple Crown winner, so
I'm not taking nothing from Chase. Chase is definitely top tier receiver in the league. I'm just trying to egg it on. But Ward is a top tier corner in the league also.
Who's checking T?
T. Higgins.
We can stop T. Higgins. He's never been a threat against us.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it'll be the aerial assault versus the run game.
I think it is strength against strength.
Go ahead.
I think we're strong enough to stop their high power. I think our defense is going to be high powered also, like we were 2 years ago, and one of the top defenses in the league. Okay. Our offensive line is coming in healthy this year also, like they are. Our offensive line is coming in healthy too.
So you're saying you're going to exploit their defense
more than their offense is going to exploit our defense.
Okay. And you're saying their offense is going to get exploited.
We're going to go into Cleveland and win by double digits.
I think it's going to be first to 40 wins. I think it's going to be offensive.
First to 40. Wow, that's a high scoring game.
It'll be
that's a high scoring game, man. Next up, Steelers versus the Jets. What do you guys think? I'll give my take, but I want to hear what you guys have to say about that one.
You got to buy first week,
Buy?
Yes.
How disrespectful. A buy?
Proper respect being paid. You got to buy first week.
Okay.
What is the threat on the Jets?
Yeah, it's such an unknown. I mean, if you guys don't win,
they are an enigma.
It's worse than what Ryan was saying about us. They're 2 times worse.
Okay.
I mean, Garrett Wilson's legit.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about against our DBs. And then you had one of the top rushers in the league, right?
Right.
The line is horrible.
Top rushers in the league does not equal horrible.
And I mean, we've seen Justin have games, man.
Yeah, that's my heartbreak. That's my heartbreak.
I would. Justin's not even keeping his job right now.
Yeah, I think what is going to get exposed is that zone defense. You're giving Justin. If you do not get pressure on Justin, he can house it running the ball. So we have, if you have linebackers that aren't going to come in and touch him, or Harmon getting there and touch him. If you allow Justin to get comfortable, I've seen games where he's been able to hurt you bad.
But that's why I said so.
I think our DBs will be exposed a little bit, even though I think we'll get the win. But if Aaron Rodgers outguns those guys, are we ready to take them seriously now? Should we be ready to take the Steelers seriously?
No.
This isn't a test.
Okay.
Against the Jets.
Okay.
It's not a real test yet.
Aaron going back to where he just was. So he knows a lot there already.
Yeah.
So that Aaron has he has more of an advantage than Justice does against the Steelers. He just came from I just think he's more accurate than his throwing ability is better than Justice.
Of course.
So
but I think Justin knows some inside stuff too.
He does.
Yeah.
But with Aaron's ability that he still has,
that
I think he will take advantage of the Jets, of what he knows about the Jets more than Justice knows about the Steelers.
Okay. Any last thoughts?
Yeah, I just said it's an unknown, but it seemed like you're trying to set it up just in case you guys lose. He's like, but they're so
I've been
good
saying
that-
it. No, I've been saying it from the jump. You guys hear me saying, Justin, that was the game that I was looking at, because if Justin absolutely shreds us, we look like fools, right? Why do we let him get away?
I'm with you.
Yeah.
So I think Justin is.
I think
he's a threat.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll move on. Thank you for your contributions or whatever. But I'm Steelers through and through. We're going to win it. So we'll move on to prime time. Ravens, Bills. You guys had that big blowout last year, but couldn't deliver later on in the season. I think we're just going to get fireworks. We're going to see who's the better quarterback early, Superman versus the legend, and whoever has the better game will win. I think that is what's going to be exposed. Who is the AFC kingpin between the two quarterbacks?
I think the offenses aren't going to actually be what wins this one.
Okay.
I think defense. Did the Ravens secondary evolve enough? Did their pass rush evolve enough to get off the field without points? Early in the season, they didn't have it. They came around at the end of the season. Their secondary actually was one of the best in the league the second half of the season. Can they come out that way and then evolve further? Can they have more of a pass rush? Bills are a good team. Bills didn't lose a lot, and they should be up there this season. First couple weeks for the Ravens, we have Bills first week. We have Detroit week 3. It's a heavy schedule to start, but looking forward to it because we'll get to see what we are.
Yep.
We will know what team we have, win or lose. We'll know where we are. So looking forward to it.
Yeah, and I would just add, I think that word exposed is a little too strong for week 1.
Why?
However,
okay,
I do believe because it's the NFL and it's not NBA where you got 82 games. When you look at that calendar, this is a big game.
They're all big.
Yeah, and because week 1 can end up biting you, in the ass down the road.
Right.
Bit us in the ass last year.
There you go. So
100%.
This is one of those ones where you can't go in, okay, it's week 1, coming out of preseason, we're rusty. No, you have to be sharp. And I think it's an opportunity to make a statement, for both teams. And, especially, you guys, because you took the L.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So do
you lose your head coach if you walk out with like an 0-3 or 0-2? Are they that upset with starting off slow?
Yeah.
All right.
I would say so.
Not promoting it. I'm just like the fan base gets real grumpy with your slow starts.
It's been a consistent thing under him, so
yeah,
it needs to change.
Which is why they matched up the Bengals and the Browns first game. Somebody has to break that streak because everybody knows.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to play Cleveland first game. Well, every game, but definitely the first game of the season. Now, I do. If you know anything about the Browns, whatever, anybody can say whatever they want. The Browns play to their competition. I'm not worried about the Ravens, the Super Bowl contenders. Dallas beat us up like that first game. When we play Dallas, all the other years we've played them in the middle of the season, we dominate Dallas. You know, and you look at any team, any game we have, there are 3 games we won against, you know, even the Eagles. We lost that game, but we should have won that game. So that Bengals-Browns game, the first game, I think it's going to be interesting because both of them lose those first games on a regular basis. So somebody has to break the streak. And Garrett does own their QB. He owns him.
Okay.
We've won 3 straight.
About four
Okay.
sacks.
Beat him 3 straight times, but okay, he owns it. Sure.
Yeah, I would.
got
I
the
would say
overall
that was.
Take your sacks.
We got the overall record.
So real quick, and then we have a special guest for you guys. We're going to say our picks. We don't have to go in the order. We just say in the mics who we think is going to win. Steelers, Jets. Steelers.
Jets.
Browns, Bengals.
Browns.
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 Ravens, Bills. Bills.
Bills.
Bills.
I got the Ravens.
Nice. So we have a special guest for you guys. He thinks he knows some but we'll let you guys tune in and let us know if he really does know. Introducing Buster.
All right. That's right. Thank you, Coach Ann, Coach T. Appreciate you. Like they said, I'm Buster, the Adjuster, also known as Mythbuster. Been known to be a Ghostbuster. I just be busting up stuff like this AFC North Week 1 predictions. So let's just get to it. Bengals, Browns. Look here, we all know what this game is about. Shedeur Sanders. I know Joe Flacco is QB1. I know Dylan Gabriel is the backup. But don't nobody want to see no 78-year-old Joe Flacco play football. And Dylan Gabriel, he's left-handed.
He said he's left.
Left-handed people playing QB is like people eating Kung Pao chicken with a spoon. It's just weird. So look, this is all about Shedeur Sanders, all right? My week 1 prediction for this game is that Shedeur gets more face time on the broadcast than anybody on the field except Joe Burrow.
This guy.
And that's the problem with the Bengals. Joe Burrow, too pretty. Jamar Chase, too pretty. Too pretty to be in the AFC North. Send them out to the NFC West and give us them ugly Seahawks, all right? Anyway, Bengals win this one and avoid another slow start, but barely. 24-23. All right, so let's hit this Steelers-Jets game. All right, so I like Aaron Rodgers, but only the Green Bay version. Nobody gonna remember this version of him, and that's a good thing, right? Let's be real. It's Johnny Unitas playing for the Chargers, Joe Montana with the Chiefs, Emmitt Smith with the Cardinals. It's just stupid. But I digress. All right, back to the game. The Steelers D keeps the Jets from getting too far off the ground. Steelers 19, Jets 13. All right, now for the weekend nightcap. Ravens and Bills. Ravens fans, tell the truth. Would you trade that blowout win against the Bills last season for a Mark Andrews catch for a 2-point conversion in that playoff game? But no, you ain't trading that win for nothing. You won both. You won the regular season win and the playoff win. All right? Tell me I'm right. That's what you want. You know what I want? I want to know, why can't the Ravens be the Ravens in the playoffs? That's all we really need to know. Are there really any other questions in the game of football this season? I think not. Anyway, Lamar is hard to stop in prime time, right? And Josh is hard to stop because he's just not really a human. The Ravens D will make a stop when it counts. Ravens 38, Bills 34.
There you go.
There you go. And you're welcome.
All right, Buster.
I appreciate it.
Appreciate it, Buster. Maybe we'll see him again. I don't know. It's mystic.
Nah, okay. Yeah,
We did it again.
did it again, man.
Thanks, guys, for joining us.
Any final thoughts?
Any final thoughts? Anything to say to Buster before we leave? Or anything you want to just get out there before week 1 is done and over with?
As long as one team out of this division makes it into the Super Bowl, we're all happy.
I will say that's the only time any of you will ever hear me say go. I am big on division representation all the way through in all my sports. College, that's the only time. When you get to the Super Bowl, you representing
Make sure that Mahomes and Kelsey and
Right.
Taylor Swift are watching us on TV.
Right. I would
That's a fact.
concur. If a team from the AFC North make it, I'll be happy. But we got a lot of work before we get there. Until we get there, hey, it's a mano a mano.
Yeah.
Let's get it.
I think we'll get further than we think.
We'll see.
All right. Well, thank you guys. Coach Ant.
Coach T, peace.